Talk a little bit about something that's going on at the FBI, and I feel motivated to talk about this story, specifically to this audience, because this audience has been very vocal, very attached to, very much invested in, it's probably the best word, to the January 6th cause and the J6ers. Yeah. And I saw this headline over at the Blaze Media. It's been other places as well. Patel's surprising appointment of a top J6 Inquisitor to head the D.C. FBI office. New assistant director in charge of the Washington field office, described as the organizer of the entire J6 roundup. The surprise appointment of a hardline critic of January 6 protesters to lead the FBI's Washington field office has set the conservative political world ablaze and put new FBI Director Kash Patel in the line of fire from a vocal group of President Trump supporters. News first broke. I did not hear this, by the way, until I saw this article.
I didn't hear anything about that.
News first broke April 4th in the New York Times that Stephen J. Jensen was named assistant director in charge of the most powerful of the FBI's 56 field offices. Conservative critics and pundits who were expecting to see the FBI gutted and reformed under President Trump took the news of Jensen's appointment extremely hard. Jensen built the construct for the January 6th witch hunt. After the Times published an article about Jensen's appointment, the Gateway pundit called it fake news. On April 6, Blaze News confirmed Jensen's appointment to the key FBI job. Debate raged on social media whether Jensen's appointment was real and why the FBI had not made a formal announcement of the promotion. Such major appointments are typically announced via news release. Tom Fitton from Judicial Watch said this guy was a key figure in this domestic terror push against January 6ers. He treated them all as terrorists and was one of the key instigators in pushing the narrative within the bureaucracy that these folks needed to be jailed and furthered out. The FBI's National Press Office declined to comment on Jensen's appointment and referred Blaze News Media to the homepage for the Washington field offices, where Jensen is now listed as the assistant director in charge. Jensen was associated with some of the worst rights abuses at the FBI, according to Mike Howell, president of the Oversight Project. Steve Jensen should not have a job at the FBI. He was on the bleeding edge of some of the worst abuses at the FBI. The coordinated pushback on those calling him out is unfortunate, but it's already had to backtrack on key points. For instance, first, it was that Jensen was not promoted. That turned out to be unequivocally false. He was. Now we're at the stage of people pretending it's somehow a good thing that he was promoted. George Hill, retired FBI National Security Intelligence Supervisor, called Jensen the leader of the J6 roundup of domestic terrorists. In testimony before the Select Subcommittee on the Weaponization of Federal Government, Hill said he took part in regular phone conferences led by Jensen and former FBI Director Stephen D'Antonio. So this goes on and on and on and on, basically saying that this guy's really the key cog in the wheel of let's go get these guys. He built the construct for what was the January 6th witch hunt. He had a ready-made buffet of never-ending domestic terrorists to go after, and he went at every one of them very aggressively.